make his comment on Madam Record. On item number 6, to approve the request of Leticia Tinsley, the Human Resource Coordinator, to use auditorium on Monday, May 14, 2012, for the employee health fair. On item number 7, to approve the request made by Mr. Jimmy Knight of Mobile Community Action to use the auditorium on Friday, May 18, 2012, from 1 o'clock p.m. to 3:30 p.m. for the end of the year general staff meeting. On item number 12, to approve the request of Mr. Lewis to use High Point Park on June 7, 2012 for families under church fund day. And on item 17, to approve the correspondence from Council Eastman to be made a matter of record regarding the budget amendment.
So moved.
Cast vote, please.
Regular agenda, I need a motion on the ordinance to amend the 2011-2012 general fund budget.
Jackson. Cast vote, please. Motion carried.
I'm gonna abstain, and I'd like for it to be known, Rex, I do support using some funds to help out in that department. I do not support wiping it out completely. I would appreciate it if we can look at some ways to make some cuts. And I did make 22 recommendations for some cuts, and those recommendations have gone on dead ears. But I would like you to look at it. I'm sorry? I'm sorry. Wait a minute. You can't give me the same. Yeah, because I think it's something that we really need to look at. I've talked to you before about I'm willing to give up some discretionary funds. I'm willing to give up my salary. I'm willing to give up other means to help come up without having to wipe out our complete budget reserve. So if you would take that under consideration, and if you would talk to your mayor, our mayor, and see if he would be amendable to some of those 22 recommendations that I've made that's been on the table for over a year now. And I still make those same recommendations for cuts. What I'm saying, yes, I would be willing to give up some of my funds in order to save the entire city. My point is, I feel like we need to have a more diverse answer to this shortfall for the police department, because as you're looking at the budget, you're gonna find out this not gonna be the only shortfall we're gonna have. We're gonna have other shortfalls between now and August, and you're not gonna have any money to go and pull from if we wipe it out now. So we all have shared sacrifices. I've talked about shared sacrifices for quite some time now. We have to be willing to give up some of those, some of the perks that we get as council people, some of the perks that you may get as the mayor. We have to be willing to have those shared sacrifices if we're gonna save the entire city. We can't all just sit here and everybody want me. It doesn't work that way. It's the me that have gotten us in this situation where everybody want to leave the table with something, but no one has ever been willing to put anything on the table. So I will give you those 22 recommendations again. Thank you.
Mr. President, I definitely would ask the council to reconsider this so we can move forward. I keep hearing about people breaking the law. I keep hearing people talking about they get a salary. And these are people that don't even live in districts. It should give them money back.
All right, yes.
Last time out, they sitting up there, saving the city down in the rain. And then they're not even doing what they're supposed to do. You know what I'm saying?
Well, Mr. President, the only thing that I tell the mayor is that I've given you 22 recommendations to make some recommended cuts. And all I did is hide it. So I'm saying what we need to do is seriously look at making some cuts to go along with taking some money out of the budget reserve. Because it's not unusual to use budget reserve, but it is very unusual to wipe it clean. So yes, and I'd like to see where you would like to put your money.
But those of you that get paid in there, you should be getting paid in there.
I need a motion to introduce the ordinance declaring certain real property not needed for further municipal purpose and authorize the release of claims to the restoration board can have. Councilwoman Young, I make a motion to introduce the ordinance to introduce. Councilwoman Edwards. Councilwoman Harris.
Yay. No, but I want to make sure, Mr. Young, I have a question for Mr. Young. Mr. Young, in this ordinance and resolution that we're looking at, it's stated that you are an Alabama nonprofit corporation. Can you please provide that documentation for us next week so we can include it in the packet? And also, have you had the opportunity to read the lease agreement so you know what's being asked of you? Okay, I will give it my copy so we can look at it. Okay, you get a copy of it from the city clerk. Another thing is when we sent you a letter to vacate, we asked you to do 3 things, and you are definitely in compliance with getting your license. I don't have my sheet here. We asked you to get a license. We asked you to pay your back rent, and we asked you to do the appraisal. So we have that done. The only thing that you have still lingering out there that you have not taken care of is your rent, and your rent needs to be paid in full. I'm not going to support this at all until you are current on your rent. And then I'd be more than willing to help you out. I think if you remember from the beginning, day one, I was your #1 fan when you were trying to open this up. Is that not correct? I supported you fully 100%. And I'm going to support you fully 100% of paying all your rent. 100% of it. Okay? Thank you.
I need a motion on the correspondence from Councilwoman Harris on the update of the house count. For the record.
The deal? Like I said, before Thursday, so, the house count we going now, everybody know about the strike they have on, allied ways or other gas. Stopping with what we continue on, June, shit, everything, things that's the house.
Okay. Now, I would like to make this part of the record too. The reason that I was pushing so dearly for this house count is because once before when we had the house count, we were able to tremendously reduce the cost of the municipal service fee.
Right.
So that is the goal that we're trying to achieve. I can't say we, that is certainly a personal goal that I'm trying to accomplish here, is to make sure that this company that purchased Allied Waste is charging us for the right amount of households, deal with food take a fee. And I don't want us to just rely totally on their numbers.
We have cans of house and we charge it.
Okay.
So if I plan what we get back out of the line, both of the choices cost about 2 to 3 weeks out of
Wait a minute, the citizens pay it, the citizens pay it for that, the citizens pay the city, and the city pays Allied.
municipal fee on one can, don't charge for those same cans, some people still can't.
Oh, okay, I got you. So hopefully, we were able to reduce our bill by $20,000 a month. So I'm hoping that we will be able to do that again. Thank you.
Bill, before you sit down and answer your question, what was the last house count, right?
On top of my head, I can't remember exactly, I don't know,
Approximately.
I'm not sure.
I mean,
83 or 90, I'm not sure. It was 9,300.
What year was that?
That was in 2007. That's when we was going through the battle with being not picking up the trash. And so that's
Ma'am.
Okay. You think this will be done in about a month?
we should have a little more.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Bill.
Council President, I would like us to put this back on the agenda for 1 month for update, please.
Second, Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Bill.
I need a motion on the iTraffic LLC, revenue sharing amendment to the public office safety agreement amendment. It was tabled on last week so that, the language that we put, better understand, the council better understand, and it was done, and it's on page 2, breaking down the cost.
Yes, now we don't want to go into this contract without traffic and generate revenue.
Cast your vote.
Abstention.
Motion failed.
This ends item for the council conference. I need a motion to approve the minutes of May 3rd, 2012, with necessary corrections.
Second.
Cast your vote, please.
Mayor Davis, you have a report.
Let me first of all thank the support of Councilwoman Hills and County in support of these initiatives that the police department is trying to do and what we're trying to do in the city. It's really disturbing that we're at a point that we are in the process of having more officers than we ever had in a long time. People down here, officers and equipment that they have to get the job done. And we are failing them by not making decisions. I know what everybody, some of you want to do this job. But right now, it's my job. And I made the recommendations. And I really would hope that you all will reconsider what you all are doing. We all go around here in these community meetings and talk to people and go around here knocking on doors and talk about what we want to do to improve public safety. Where is it? Where is it? I just hope that nothing happens to any of these citizens after looking at the decision that you are making. Because it's very troubling. And we're gonna always have to answer the question, why? So I want to give you, through this opportunity, my report on the transfers of these funds and this eye traffic, to ask you all to reconsider both of those items for the people of this city. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
I have
Chair.
a question too.
Go ahead.
Chief, how many, this says that the eye traffic will generate about 3,000 tickets a month. What are we generating approximately per tickets a month now? We're averaging about 100 tickets now?
I just want to make a statement, please. Because I am one that like the citizens to be able to look at the situation, what you hear. Those who have been here since this eye traffic information was placed on the agenda, Chief Gardner, when did you first put it on the agenda? When did you first put it on the agenda? Several months ago. We had a person to come in and explain the program in its entirety. And every time it was placed on the agenda, this council found something wrong with it and either did exactly what you see today they did by not voting, not supporting. The things that they asked us saw in the agreement between the city of Prichard and the company, which, by the way, is already understood that it is a pilot program. And a pilot program is what it says, a pilot, to see whether or not it works. And it's only from 1 year to the other year, and it can be, an agreement can be broken. When it came on the last time, there was those of my colleagues that found something else wrong and said there was not enough information in the agreement, and to ask Mr. Rex, I guess in the mayor's office, go back, get with the people, and insert and integrate those things that need to be done. The information that was put on this agenda today, information that they requested, that Mr. Rex, and I guess others, I don't know who else, went, got with the people, and inserted the information needed to be inserted. And my question is, why is it then now, after all has been done over too much time, that you still can't pass it? You have done what is asked that the council requested. But yet and still, we hear about needing funds and doing this and that with the budget. And then when you see where there is a possibility of revenues that can be brought in, then you're going to continue to deny it and deny it and deny it. It doesn't make sense. And if you ride the streets like I do, and I see the police in action, if you go and you talk to them, and you see where they have been browbeaten down with overwork. With overwork they have. When you don't get a break, especially in a strenuous job, as stressful job as being a police officer, but if you're not getting your information until the same day of council, you don't take the time to ask the question prior to get the legal information if you need it prior to. And if you don't look at your information until you walk into this building, yet you're saying that we shouldn't do this to the city, we shouldn't do that to the city. You can't like hand it in one hand and take it away from another. But I want you all to understand, and I'm probably sure some of their minds are made up because you're in with this type of situation. that is happening up here as it is. But if you look at it, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to see what is happening. You either is going to leave your political stuff, and that's all of it. Because you went out in the first place, you said you were working for the citizens, the betterment of the city. And as far as I'm concerned, to use an antiquated way of doing politics that been held since way back since slavery time, to put the axe on each one of our necks to get nothing accomplished, I think is a crime. So you can say one thing, they're not doing anything for the betterment of the employees or the city of They want it to go, and that's why you can't see anyone up here wanting any success. It ain't about my success, it's not about anyone else's success. It's about doing what is right for this city. Amen.
Have they given you a list of equipment? I know they said we're gonna do this and that, but equipment, have they told you what equipment?
All the technology, all the equipment is provided by all the
Okay, they didn't tell you what kind of equipment it is, you wouldn't know how much, like, say for instance, if the city brought their own equipment. See, a part of this here, what I don't like about this, is the type of revenue that we're gonna have to give up to them. The contract, in my opinion, is not a good contract for the city. So my question I'm trying to ask you, if there was a program that we did on our own, what type of equipment are we talking about, and what cost of the equipment? Jimmy, I just asked you, do you know about what the cost of the equipment is? $175,000 for the cost of the equipment. Thank you.
Chair, let me indicate on this side traffic, initially, when we brought this up months ago, I made it clear that there were some ethical concerns and questions I had in regards to how we came to this particular vendor for the city. Those questions and concerns were never addressed. And as a result, I did not see a need to move further. It made it this far, okay, to get resolved, and this is not an attempt to prevent it. I think it would be good. I've expressed to the chief it needs to be done, but I don't have the confidence moving along the lines of how we got to this point with the particular vendor who is in this contract with the city. So let me reiterate that again for the record. I've said it 1,000 times. When those questions had been addressed appropriately months ago, I would have been in more support of this. So that's my concern on that.
You were wrong. Those questions were the draft.
No, they
were.
Well, they didn't write. Well, they didn't write the chair.
They came in here.
Those were the questions came from when they showed up, Chairman. So I'd like them again if you got them. They were not given to me. So I would like to see, if you have them, send them, give them to me.
Okay. Finance committee meeting Monday at 4:30 p.m. Yes.
Okay, Mayor, I'm trying to figure out, okay, if they're anticipating that we're gonna get about 3,000 tickets, a month. I like to have some kind of idea in my mind, the cost of these tickets. What is the range on? I mean, I know you got different kind of traffic violation, running red light, speed. So, see, I'm not looking at all the numbers, so it's not.
I yield to the police chief, that's his area, he can speak to it.
Let me make it clear this way, if I could. We're talking about, we are now averaging 100 tickets. Now we're moving to 1,000 tickets in the same period. We're not funded to provide the equipment that's necessary, and we have zero funding. The thing is that this is a pilot program, and we can exit out of any time of the month, or any month we choose to. But we must allow at least the opportunity for us to move forward. And not to get away from the idea of how much we're gonna make, we ain't making nothing.
Mayor, my question specifically is, what is the range of these tickets? Please, somebody answer that simple question.
speeding ticket is $156.
$156 for a speeding ticket.
The state fines and tolls is $35.
Wait a minute. Okay,
The other goes, the $2 to, miscellaneous revenue and general fund. And the balance goes.
$2 of the 156?
Out of the 156.
Okay, so the ticket is 156,
Right.
but inclusive of that 156, it would include $35 and include the $2. So
Right.
the max the ticket's gonna be is the 150.
Yeah, it's, I forgot the amount goes to, correction fund, some goes to straight trial. But anyway, the total is 156. 35 is the amount that goes to the general fund, police fines and costs.
General
And
fund,
the
okay.
proposal is, the original contract calls for us, not even involved in that. It calls for us giving the vendor $35. All I thought that is, we can't do that, so they've agreed to split that revenue with us. So you approve the contract, give them $35, what it said is amended, and let's split the revenue. So that we would get more than the original. Whether we even needed to come back, I guess is the question, but it did.
And out of the 156, excuse me if I'm just like, if I'm
Yeah.
not catching it
Okay,
fast.
we get, the agreement is, first of all, it's for $6.
No, I got that, I understand this. I'm trying to understand the other parts of it. Like, if it's 156, how much of that 156 comes to the city?
$35.
$35.
Plus $2 for, miscellaneous.
Okay.
And the balance is, state trial and correction fund.
Okay.
And I don't remember the exact amount.
It's $37.50. $37.50.
$37.50 goes to what?
Corrections.
Okay.
And 80 something to
State trial and DNA, district attorney's office, circuit court, what have you.
I can't remember all the breakdowns. The part I was concerned with was $35. If in fact they generate the number of tickets they expect to, then it would generate quite a bit of revenue, as well as support some officers, and be used in other capacities. It's a win-win, as far as I'm concerned, it's a win-win for the city, because we have a zero liability, we're spending out no money, but we have a potential of quite a bit of revenue. And if it doesn't work out, we have no cost, and we can still cancel the contract at any time we choose. So I don't see how we could possibly lose. And it's unusual, you get an opportunity to go into a program where you have zero liability.
Motion to adjourn.
I was trying to help you out there. I'm trying to get out, I'm trying to get